Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Muhammad Munib Hamid. First, the headlines. President has called for the promotion of knowledge economy and digitalization of government organizations to make them more efficient. Minister for Railways has expressed the desire to further strengthen trade relations between Pakistan and Egypt. Information Minister says media enjoys unprecedented freedom in Pakistan and government will continue to facilitate growth of free media by ensuring security of journalists. On the World Press Freedom Day, media in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and India continue to face immense pressure to toe the Hindutva line of fascist Modi regime. In India, over 3,400 deaths and above 368,000 new COVID cases have been reported in a day. In Afghanistan, 20 Afghan soldiers and 10 Taliban were killed in a clash in Farah province today. And now the news in detail. President Dr. Arif Alvi has called for promoting knowledge economy and digitalization of government organizations to enhance the efficiency of work and service delivery. He was talking to a delegation of Huawei led by the Vice President of Huawei Middle East region, Mr. Li Xiangyu, which called on him in Islamabad today. The President said Pakistan is blessed with immense talent and resources and the government is making serious efforts to channelize this potential in the right direction. Mr. Lee, in his presentation, informed that Huawei has contributed to Pakistan's economy by providing 10,000 jobs and paying $120 million in taxes, besides spending $6 million to support disaster relief efforts of the government. He said Huawei would train over 1,000 government employees to achieve Digital Pakistan initiative. President Dr. Arif Alvi once again has appealed to the people to follow the directions of NCOC regarding standard operating procedures to maintain safety in outdoor situations. In a tweet today, he said the same precautions are also required to be observed at mosques, imam barkas and processions. Minister for Railways Azam Swati has expressed the desire to further strengthen trade relations between Pakistan and Egypt. He was talking to Ambassador of Egypt in Pakistan, who called on him in Islamabad today. The minister said Pakistan Railways is working to enhance its customer base by entering into long-term agreements with the domestic and international suppliers. Azam Swati said investors from Egypt should take advantage from investment-friendly environments in Pakistan. World Press Freedom Day is being observed today to emphasize on the fundamental principles of press freedom and pay tribute to journalists for their efforts in the line of duty. This year's theme of the day is information as a public good, to explore what can be done in utilizing journalism to advance empowerment of people across the world and tackle misinformation and harmful content. In his message on the occasion of World Press Freedom Day, Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain reiterates the government's commitment to ensure free and independent media in the country. He said the government regards the freedom of press as a fundamental, democratic and constitutional right of journalists. The Information Minister made it clear that there is no concept of media censorship in the country and the media in Pakistan enjoys unprecedented freedom. He said the government encourages self-regulation by media. Chaudhry Fawad Hussain assured that the government will continue to facilitate the growth of free and responsible media and ensure the safety and security of working journalists. In his tweet, Chaudhry Fawad Hussain also paid tributes to journalists who laid their lives in the line of duty. The minister pointed out that journalists in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Palestine and other areas face difficulties in search of truth and for promoting it. Chaudhry Fawad Hussain said, "It is part of our agenda to introduce new media technologies and new projects will also be brought this year, especially for the young journalists." Meanwhile, at a meeting with Chairman Naya Pakistan Authority in Islamabad, Information Minister and Minister of State for Information discussed matters pertaining to inclusion of. The government has prepared an electoral reforms agenda to ensure transparency and fairness in the election process. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain and Advisor on Parliamentary Affairs Babar Awan shared details of the reforms agenda at a news conference in Islamabad today. Babar Awan said the reforms agenda envisages a series of amendments to the Constitution and the Election Act 2017. He said reforms agenda will be put forth before the stakeholders, including the civil society, the media, Bar Council and associations for their inputs. Information Minister Chaudhry Fawad Hussain said the reforms will enhance the confidence of the people, political parties and intelligentsia on the election process. He said the use of electronic voting machines in the election will ensure early results. This is Radio Pakistan. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has condemned the continued policy of military suppression by Modi-led fascist Indian army to silence the Kashmiris' legitimate voice for their inalienable right to self-determination. According to KMSAPHC chief spokesman Ghulam Muhammad Nago said, Indian army forced the people to come out of their homes and stay in the open for hours at Iftar and Sahar timings during cordon and search operations. Senior Hurriyat leader Professor Abdul Ghani Butt, in a statement in Srinagar, stressed the United Nations to facilitate a result-oriented dialogue between Pakistan and India to resolve the long-pending Kashmir dispute. A report released by Research Section of Kashmir Media Service on the World Press Freedom Day today said that IIOIJK is one of the most dangerous places of the world, where people associated with media are facing immense pressure to toe and the Hindutva line drawn by the Modi government. 19 journalists have been killed while performing their duties since 1989. In India, over 3,417 deaths and above 368,100 new COVID cases have been reported in a day. As many as 24 COVID-19 patients died today after a government hospital in Karnataka allegedly ran out of medical oxygen. Meanwhile, Iraq today began evacuating its nationals from India amid the spread of coronavirus pandemic in the South Asian country. In Afghanistan, 20 soldiers were killed in a Taliban attack on the Afghan army in western Farah province today. The Taliban dug a tunnel to a military post in Balablok district and detonated it, killing many troops. Confirming the attack, the governor of Farah province, Taj Muhammad Jahid, said the Afghan army responded to the attack, which led the fling of attacking Taliban after suffering casualties and leaving 10 fighters dead and injuring on the ground. In West Bengal, a Palestinian woman was killed and 2 Israelis were seriously wounded in 2 separate shooting incidents. An Israeli soldier shot dead a Palestinian woman who already tried to carry out a stabbing attack. Meanwhile, 2 Israelis were wounded critically when Palestinian gunmen opened fire in a busy market. Tensions have been high in the West Bank and Jerusalem during the holy month of Ramadan. In Niger, 16 soldiers were killed and 6 others wounded in an ambush on the army in the northwestern Dahua region. In retaliation, the Niger National Guard also killed many attackers. Western Niger has been facing fierce armed attacks since 2017 and is under a state of emergency. The attacks in Niger are often attributed to the Islamist militants. And finally, the weather. Hot and dry weather is expected in most plain areas of the country during the daytime, while dust, thunderstorm and gusty winds with rain are expected in Islamabad, Upper Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during evening and night in the next 12 hours. And now the headlines repeat. President has called for promotion of knowledge economy and digitalization of government organizations to make them more efficient. Minister for Railways has expressed the desire to further strengthen trade relations between Pakistan and Egypt. Information Minister says media enjoys unprecedented freedom in Pakistan and government will continue to facilitate growth of free media by ensuring security of journalists. On the World Press Freedom Day, media in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and India continue to face immense pressure to toe the Hindutva line of fascist Modi regime. In India, over 3,400 deaths and above 368,000 new COVID cases have been reported in a day. In Afghanistan, 20 Afghan soldiers and 10 Taliban were killed in a clash in Farah province today. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.